An official flag-raising ceremony was held in Baku to mark the opening of the 13th session of the World Urban Forum. The flags of the United Nations and the Republic of Azerbaijan were raised during the ceremony.
Events held within the framework of World Urban Forum 13 officially kicked off in Baku today. The forum is jointly organized by UN Habitat and the government of Azerbaijan. On the first day of the forum, Azerbaijan is chairing the ministerial meeting on the new urban agenda. Introduced as a new initiative within the World Urban Forum program, the meeting aims to assess the work carried out midway through the 20-year implementation period of new urban agenda, identify existing challenges and discuss priorities for the next stage. It's emphasized that the meeting serves as an important platform for strengthening international cooperation in this field of urban planning and sustainable development.
During the ministerial meeting, participants voiced strong concerns over the global housing crisis and emphasised that Baku could serve as a key platform for important decisions on urban development and housing policies.
Well, it's very large, this one. It has a focus, and it's very important for the planet to come here, to Baku, to Azerbaijan, to the region, also to learn from the experiences on urban transformation here in the country and in the region.
That vision is more urgent today than ever.
Forum in Baku is following traditions established on previous forums, but meanwhile we've tried, and I believe we're successful, to introduce some new elements. We have leaders segment, we have bigger ministerial meeting, and several more initiatives which will be presented during forum days.
The discussions in Baku are key because these will be taken to the United Nations meeting in July, where the midterm review of the new urban agenda will be taking place. So this new review is looking at 2036 from 2026. So as the Director General of UN Habitat said here, it's not only a moment to review, but also to correct trajectory, because you have to incorporate resilience, you have to incorporate dignity, justice in the housing, and housing is at the base of human rights.
This forum is extremely important because it brings together most of the world's nations to discuss issues related to urbanization, urban planning and development. But above all, the central theme is housing the world. Housing the world means ensuring that every citizen has access to decent shelter. This highlights the fact that urbanization must take into account the Sustainable Development Goals, as well as the commitments made by African states during the Nairobi Forum last month.
The new urban agenda and the issue of housing is more important than ever. All issues, and to get a society ahead, people need a roof above their head. If they're from the global north or the global south, it's everywhere the same. We should work together. And my point in my address was that all levels of government have to work together. National, regional and international.
Rain is success, and I think it will be the success of the end of this event. It will be a very good place for the contacts, for the meetings, for the collaboration and cooperation between the countries. I'm very thankful for this, and I'm happy to be here.
The joint opening of the Assembly's officially launched discussions at the World Urban Forum in Baku, bringing together representatives from governments, civil society, youth groups, local authorities and the private sector. Discussions focused on practical solutions, stronger partnerships and the need to make housing accessible to all.
I think one transformative change that needs to happen for us to really address the global crisis of housing is working together. Partnerships is key. It's good to start seeing private sector engaging with grassroots, engaging with local and regional governments, so that we all have a common understanding of the direction that we want to take our cities and our housing issues. This, to me, is what needs to change now, and I think the World Urban Forum presents this opportunity for partnerships and coalitions to address this common challenge.
The biggest challenge is putting the infrastructure in place, because in the absence of a proper infrastructure, cities cannot survive the level of climate disaster that is happening in Africa. So planning is key. Reorganization, replanning, and planning in advance. Cities that have already existed need to be replanned. Cities that have already existed, we need to have environmental friendly policies to sustain them from climate shocks. And I think that's why African governments are now creating urban management ministries that concentrate squarely as to how they manage urban environment, including urban cities and planning, which is very important for us.
And the inclusive approach demonstrated through
For Uruguay, we have many years of experience working with informal settlements, both within the urban fabric and alongside formally developed areas. For us, the most important part of this transformation is working with communities and ensuring their participation in the process. Housing alone does not solve people's lives. We believe that social housing policy is only effective when it is accompanied by other social policies.
On the opening day of the World Urban Forum, several panels focused on housing as a human right and a foundation for dignity, equality and social mobility. Speakers highlighted policies and practices aimed at reducing inequality, improving access for marginalised groups and breaking the cycle of poverty and inadequate housing.
So today's been full packed on 3 back-to-back panel sessions, all on housing. One of those key issues are housing for social inclusion and ending poverty. A lot of panel guests were just basically sharing their ideas and what they've been able to do in their own countries, whether or not that was in China, whether or not that was in Kenya, and just a number of different panelists really contributing to the conversation. Not only that, there was also housing for urban prosperity and opportunities for all, basically focusing on those most vulnerable, so women, children who some of them don't have adequate housing, as well as adding to the fact of climate change for a lot of these countries.
Different regions have different problems. In some regions we are speaking about slum, how to transform slums into standard neighborhood units. In some countries we speak about access to water. In some countries like Czech Republic we speak about deindustrialization and about the new economic industrial sectors or economical sectors. So I think it's very interesting to combine everything together. I don't think that there exists one single way or approach for all around the world, but it has to be it has to differ country by country.
In smart cities, transportation and healthcare should be easily accessible. Infrastructure must be functional and energy efficient, with near zero energy consumption. All of this is aimed at making people's lives easier. And when these measures are implemented, cities automatically become more climate resilient and resistant to environmental challenges. Of course, what society is most curious about is whether these ideas have actually been put into practice and whether they can truly be implemented.
We have a rule, a law, that stipulate that people that live in heritage area, we will have regulation on the land right and the building permit as well and all that. But basically what we're trying to do is to give people to be able to live their life and growth, but at the same time also protect the heritage, the ancient heritage.
The 13th session of the World Urban Forum will continue over the next 5 days with a packed agenda of high-level meetings, assemblies and panel discussions.